Hello, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Ty. This week we're doing a special soup edition. We're making some cheddar broccoli soup. So we're going to need some carrots, obviously some broccoli, pound and a half of cheddar cheese, garlic, 1 stick of butter, 1 white onion, 1 quart of half and half, 1 quart of chicken broth, and then I got some bread just to go with the soup on the side. You're also going to need, regular salt, pepper, and a little bit of cayenne pepper if you so choose. So the first thing we're going to do is get our broccoli ready. We're just breaking up all the tops of the little broccoli crowns. So we're just breaking them up into pieces about that big. We'll just go ahead and slice the top right off of it. All the individual little pieces, you just kind of chop the stalk off and break them up. Alright, so we've gone ahead and broken up all our broccoli. We've set that aside. We're going to go ahead and dice up 1 onion. So we've gone ahead and got the onion diced up. We're going to dice up a couple of cloves of garlic. That should be good enough. So the garlic's diced. We're gonna just slice up some carrots. I've already peeled these. So our last step of preparation here is to just grate up the cheese. We're gonna use the whole pound and a half, so grate the whole block up. A lot easier if you have like one of the food processors with a cheese grater attachment on it, but just go ahead and grate the whole thing up, and we'll set this aside till later because it's actually the last thing that goes into the soup. So we're going to start off by melting our stick of butter, and we're going to go ahead and put the onions in, and we're going to saute until they become translucent. We're going to add in our garlic. And then at this point, we're going to add in our salt and pepper and cayenne as well. So we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of cayenne. I think that should be enough. All right, so we're going to toss our carrots in there. And at this point, we're going to add in our flour. I'm going to use a 1/2 cup. And we'll just mix that around, give that a chance to cook for a little bit. So at this point, we're going to add in our chicken broth. And we're just going to use a whole quart of it. And we're going to let that come back up to a simmer. Add in our broccoli. Now that that's simmered for a couple of minutes. As I try not to spill any. And we're just going to stir that in slowly. Once the broccoli's all mixed in, we're going to go ahead and add our half and half. Now, if you don't want to use half and half, you can also use 2 cups of milk and 2 cups of cream. Not really sure if it makes a difference. So, if you've ever tried seeing what the difference is and you know, why don't you leave a comment below, let me know. So now we're going to let it get back up to a simmer, and we're just going to stir occasionally. So while I'm waiting for that to simmer, I'm going to go ahead and get my bread bowl made. I don't have one of those fancy bread bowl cutters like they have at Panera, so I got to do it manually. That should be good enough. Now we're at the part where we mix in the cheese. I've gone ahead and turned off the heat just for this part of the process until we get the cheese good and mixed in there, and then we'll heat it back up to help it melt a little bit. Pot's getting a little full, so we're going to very carefully mix this in. You can already see that it's starting to melt. I guess if you leave the heat on, the cheese doesn't mix in properly or something like that. Alright, so now the cheese is all mixed in there. I'm going to go ahead and throw my heat back on low. Just give it a couple minutes to make sure that it's all melted in there. All right, so the soup's about ready. We're going to go ahead and scoop it into the bread bowl here. The makeshift bread bowl. Well, it's just shy of two of my ladles full. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Carrots are good and soft. Broccoli's good and soft. This is a little more involved of a preparation process, but I think the end result is worth it, especially now that we're getting into these colder months. Yeah. So as always, thank you for watching Cooking with Ty. If you check out a link in the description to my Patreon page, you can have your name over here on the screen like this if you subscribe. I appreciate your support of the show. Also, the t-shirts are on there now. If you want to sign up to get a Cooking with Ty t-shirt like the one I had in my last episode, you can check that out. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes.